All right, guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is Stella.
And I'm Hayley.
And today we're going to be reacting to The Exorcist, often hailed as one of the scariest movies of all time. I'm sure people will jump in the comments and be like, no, it's not. This is a movie that I have lied about seeing to avoid having to watch. I've been like, yeah, no, I've seen it. I don't need to watch it. I have never seen this. Hayley, you've never seen this either.
Nope.
It's going to be first time for both of us. I think we're familiar with all the famous bits. We know the look of the movie. We know the demon girl look. But beyond that, I don't really know that much about it. I'm excited to just get into it and honestly get it over with. So, as always, the full-length reaction will be up on our Patreon along with early access to next week's horror reaction. So please go check that out. We'd really appreciate it. It really supports the channel. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for joining us, being here and watching. And if you're new, please consider sticking around because we'd love to have you. And with that out of the way, let's just get into The Exorcist.
Wow, really old. Warner Bros.
Very old. Well, it's actually, this is like what?
It's 50. It's 50 this year.
This year, not today.
Not today. That'd be crazy, but this year.
This was a 1973 film. So it's not the oldest.
Why is this scarier than any of the other openings?
Because it's so empty. There's nothing. What?
I don't know.
Lawrence of Arabia.
I know, I'm like, did we click the right movie? I truly don't know what's going on. Maybe they're trying to give, like, the demon an origin story or something.
Oh, like the curse. It's like an what am I trying to say? Archeological dig, and they've unlocked something. He's just free running this dig site.
What did they find?
Don't.
What's strange about it? Oh. It's a demon hidey hole.
The only thing good about this movie is I have the knowledge that this is a time before those like cheap jump scares. So I'm like not as worried that something's gonna like grab his hand or like, because that in a modern movie they would not miss that opportunity. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything.
Oh no, definitely not.
I was gonna say before, this man does not look healthy enough to be on this dig site, but he looks even worse now. Oh, okay. No, this is still, because those were like, I think Arabic clock. I was wondering maybe the little talisman thing is gonna be like smelted into something else and like sent across seas.
Ooh.
But I don't think so. Oh.
The demon's already making the clock stop?
What time is it that it stopped at?
I'm like, is it 3 o'clock? What is going on? Why do we linger on that old lady for so long?
I was gonna say, that felt intentional. This all feels intentional, which is making me so much more unsettled. I don't like not understanding things.
Oh. What's up, bro? What a cool shot. And then we're just randomly gonna...
I am utterly bamboozled.
And then we're just like, and then now we're in America.
Well, it's got to be some kind of a like curse or spirit or.
I'm like, is that the demon that's possessing her?
I don't know. The specifics are so odd. Because then how does that get to this little town wherever? Is it bad to say I already don't like this house? Old houses creep me out.
That's fair, I think.
But like specifically this genre of like
I feel like it's too early to be like
something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like is it like her kid messing around? Oh.
I guess it's gonna be like a classic raccoon jump scare.
Classic raccoon.
How are you today? Fine, thank you.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Carl.
Oh, this is a rich family, it would seem.
So many things are happening.
Yeah.
Oh, is she a director?
Oh,
like,
that's
works on
interesting.
sets?
Perfectly plain. Your teacher of the
Oh, no,
class.
She's an actress.
actress.
Scene 39, hotel, take 4.
Who's this guy?
I think I'll walk home tonight, Mike.
Okay.
Here, take that drop by my house, yeah?
The 70s fashion is back in. I feel like I could see somebody wearing that, like,
was
walking
gonna
down the
say.
streets today.
Stylish. And the classic tubular bells. Oh, is it Halloween too?
Halloween.
Are you kidding?
Classic.
Everything is happening at
All-
once.
Everything.
Not a day in my life that I don't feel like a fraud. I don't know anyone who hasn't felt that.
Hi, how'd your day go?
Oh, not too bad.
I also got an invitation.
What's this?
Dinner at the White House.
You're kidding me.
She's a big deal.
I know. My goodness.
What'd you do today? Stuff.
What's that? Stuff.
Oh, she's just like a cute little girl.
Kid.
I'm scared.
Oh, Mom, can't we get a horse?
We'll see when we get home, okay?
When can I have one?
We'll see, Reagan.
Oh, rich kid. Mom, can I have a horse?
Come back.
Oh, it seems like they have a nice relationship.
Yeah. This is gonna suck.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
Father, could you help an old altar boy?
Oh.
What?
Well, he was having a conversation with another priest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Was it about like,
I don't know if it was like totally clear exactly what they were talking about.
well, because then the plane flew over. But in the beginning, he was like, did he say everybody feels that way? Or everybody something?
Mama? Mama. Mama, I could take you somewhere where you'd be safe, you wouldn't be alone.
This is my house, and I'm not going no place. Timmy, you worry for something. You are not happy. Tell me, what is the matter?
Yes, please tell us. The radio's been like playing in the background the whole time.
I think I've realized why this has been making me so uncomfortable. It's because in all the movies we've seen, the priests are a little bit like untouchable, and in this one, he's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
Like I feel like that's kind of rare for depictions of priests. They're always like all holy and.
Here, you can drive here.
Hey, where'd this come from?
Oh, great.
She's been messing around with a Ouija board.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's both look.
Captain Howdy said no.
Captain who?
Who?
I make the questions and he does the answers. Captain Howdy, do you think my mom's pretty?
He's gonna be rude and say no.
What are we going to do on your birthday? Hey, you know, we never finished seeing all the sights in Washington of stuff. Shall we do that? Go sightseeing?
Oh, I love you.
Oh, this is really sweet.
Yeah.
You can bring Mr. Dennings if you like.
And it's taken a long time, which is making it worse.
They're like, we're gonna make sure
They're-
you're really attached.
This song feels so out of place in this movie. I don't know why.
It's my mother, Tom.
Oh, I never should have left her. I need reassignment, Tom. I want out of this job. I need out. I'm unfit.
This guy is staring so intently at him.
Operator, you have got to be kidding. Can you believe this? He doesn't even call his daughter on her birthday, for Christ's sake.
Oh.
Oh, I've got it, Sharon. It's all right. Yes. No.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
My bed was shaking. I can't get to sleep.
That's not normal, honey.
What? It really might be demons in the attic.
Honestly?
I thought that somehow it was going to tie into the beginning. Maybe she was just messing with the Ouija board.
There's a lot of parts here. And either they all fit together or some of them are like red herrings. Or maybe we've been watching too many like modern horror movies where they give us all the answers and they're just not gonna give us any answers. Oh boy.
It's just dark up there. Why did they cut to her like that?
Is there something we're releasing from the attic now? I don't know. It's too dark. I feel like there's stuff in the background, but I can't see anything.
Smells nice.
Oh, Carl.
That doesn't just happen.
What?
No rats.
No rats. Thanks a lot. That's terrific.
Why did that happen? Candles don't just become flamethrowers for a second.
There was... I don't know. I have a strong sense that there was something I couldn't see. I'm sorry, what?
Who did that?
You should have called me the minute it happened.
Listen, regular hospital not gonna put up with that, Jimmy. And 2 or 3 months and she's out, good as new. We want to see Mrs. Caras.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes.
Are you a relative?
Yes, I am her brother. He is her son.
Oh no, his mom.
It's Demi, Mama.
Why you did this to me, Demi?
Mama, I'm gonna take you out of here, Mama. Mama, I'm gonna take you home. Couldn't you put us someplace else?
Like what? Private hospital?
There's so much going on. I feel like
There is.
there's like a million cuts and like he's doing something different every time.
I'm a lot more engaged than I thought I would be.
Especially because it doesn't seem like the demon plot has even started.
Never seen it before in my life. Have you?
Sorry? Is she at some weird, like, fancy, rich actress soiree, or is this...
I think it's at her house.
But these people are wacky. He was talking about alien stuff.
You know,
If you ever go up there again, will you take me along?
you know, sometimes
Where's Missionary on Mars?
people are wacky in Hollywood.
Yes, of course. You never went bowling with Goebbels either, I suppose, eh?
This guy is just been drinking too much and has issues, I guess.
The priest I keep seeing there. He's there all the time.
Damien Karras.
Karis?
He's our psychiatric counselor. Poor guy. His mother passed away. I guess she was dead a couple of days before they found her.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
Listen, Burke, your car's at the curb. Louie's waiting. It's nice and warm.
Okay.
I say the day is before Uber.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
it sounds
find
like he's a
designated
driver.
My idea of heaven is a solid white nightclub with me as a headliner for all eternity.
I think your calling might have been musical theater,
I know.
not the priesthood.
Hey, I think we've got a guest.
You're gonna die up there.
Honey, what's the matter? I'm sorry she's been sick. She didn't know what she was saying.
What?
Mother, what's wrong with me?
It's just like the doctor said. It's nerves, and that's all.
We went from 0 to 100.
Yeah. Except, I don't think that was 100. I think that was like
No, no.
20%.
I know.
I should have been there. I wasn't there.
There was nothing you could do. Lie down.
I wonder if he told people that she passed in her house instead of like admitting that they sent her to a psychiatric hospital.
Shut up.
Yeah. Oh, this is so unsettling. Sorry?
What was that?
I've seen that before.
I didn't realize it was from this movie.
Me neither.
I don't want it! Honey, it's don't you fucking bastard!
Oh, this is so much is happening so fast.
Oh my gosh, they really ramped it up.
Well, it's a symptom
Doctor smoking.
in the chemical electrical activity of the brain in the temporal lobe. It's a convulsion.
A convulsion.
The shaking of the bed. That's doubtless due to muscular spasms.
What causes this?
Lesion. Lesion in the temporal lobe. All we have to do is remove the scar.
If it's not that, what's this surgery gonna do to her?
It's just for a short time.
What's happening?
I don't know anything about medical procedures, so I have no idea.
Yeah, and it's also like the 70s. A lot has changed in 50 years.
I'm sure. Oh.
Don't move.
Poor girl. I can't believe they're doing this while she's awake. What are they doing? I'm like, how much blood are they taking? Is that how they used to take x-rays? My goodness.
This makes me never want to go to a hospital, go to the doctor, anything.
Ever again.
There's nothing there. No vascular displacement at all.
Chris McNeil's on the phone. She says it's urgent.
Dr. Klein.
Yes, I'm Dr. Klein. This is Dr. Tanny.
Mother,
Miss McNeil, Dr. Tanny.
what is it? What's happening? Mother!
Can she...
Let's see what the...
Oh!
Stay away from me! Don't let go!
She's heavily sedated. She'll probably sleep through.
I don't know how you could explain that with, like, brain activity.
Yeah.
Pathological states.
Oh my gosh, she's literally gonna try.
I think it's interesting, though, because I know there's been, like, real-life cases where people argue whether or not it was, like, a mental illness or possession.
Well, and who better, I think, to come in and help us than
the priest
psychiatric counselor who's struggling with his faith.
Yes.
We still think
Or who worse, honestly. This is going to be the perfect storm.
I know the temptation to leap to psychiatry. Any reasonable psychiatrist would exhaust the somatic possibilities first.
What does that mean? What are you going to do?
Do more encephalogram, I would think. Pin down that lesion. It will involve another spinal.
Oh.
Dr. Tanny says the x-rays are negative. You keep any drugs in your house?
No.
And also, why are you just asking right now?
Right now?
I think it's time we started looking for a psychiatrist.
This man.
You guys are so
The
unhelpful.
other thing is, like, we really couldn't have been doing multitasking. Like,
No,
talk
I
to a
agree.
psychiatrist and look for the physical possibilities.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Because she's literally, like, she is dying. I don't think anyone could argue that she's gonna be okay if this is left untreated.
Chair?
Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
What the hell do you mean going off and leaving Reagan by herself?
Didn't he tell you?
Didn't who tell me?
Burke. So when I went to get the Thorazine, I had him stay with her and...
Suppose he heard. Haven't heard.
Heard what?
Burke's dead.
What happened?
He must have been drunk. He fell down from the top of the steps right outside. By the time he hit M Street, he broke his neck.
Did she push him out the window?
She must have, right? Because the window's open. No one saw him leaving the house.
Is there someone inside you?
Sometimes.
Is it Captain Howdy?
Why is her arm like that?
No.
Well, this is like hypnotherapy, I think.
Great.
Why do we have this guy? Bring in the traumatized
Bring in the
Greek
priest.
Look at the size of that tie. Sorry, that's irrelevant, but like, wow.
If you are there, you two are hypnotized. And answer me now.
I don't think you want this to happen. What did she do? Because it looked like, I think she just grabbed him, but I think she's so strong in this that it, like, when she's possessed.
Father Karras, William F. Kinderman, homicide.
I know this director was doing the film here, Burke Dennings. You're also familiar how last week he died. So what do you know on the subject of witchcraft?
They think she's a witch?
Desecration in the church. You think this has anything to do with witchcraft? Dennings, you read how he died. Let me tell you how. Was found at the bottom of those steps with his head turned completely around, facing backwards.
That...
What?
Didn't happen in the fall?
It's possible.
I don't think it is possible. I have doubts.
You think the killer and the desecrator are the same?
Somebody with a fight against the church.
Sick priest, is that it? I don't know anyone who fits that description.
You can think of some priest who fits the bill.
I thought we were finally going to get him to visit Reagan, but apparently not.
It looks like the type of disorder.
Props to Damien for, keeping his backbone.
Somnambuliform possession. Quite frankly, we really don't know much about it at all.
This poor girl.
I am not going to lock her up in some goddamn asylum.
88 doctors, and all you can tell me with all of your bullshit is...
One outside chance for a cure. I think of it as a shock treatment.
I don't like this.
Do you have any religious beliefs?
No. What about your daughter?
Are they going to recommend an exorcism?
You ever heard of exorcism? Stylized ritual. Rabbi or the priest try to drive out this so-called invading spirit.
It's so crazy how much things have changed in terms of like public knowledge on the topic.
The victim's belief in possession is what helped cause it. Belief in the power of exorcism can make it disappear.
Interesting.
Is that the thing?
From the beginning?
How'd that get here?
I don't know.
Ooh, I don't feel great about this investigator. Just like walking up to the window.
Yeah, she like threw him out or something.
Might your daughter remember, perhaps, if Mr. Dennings was in her room that night?
No. No, she was heavily sedated.
May I ask?
We still don't know.
Watch out for drafts. The house is hot as a magic carpet for bacteria.
What?
Besides, a fall wouldn't do to his neck what we found. No, my hunch, he was killed by a very powerful man. That the deceased was killed and then pushed from your daughter's window.
Would you like some more coffee?
Please.
Oh, she's shaking.
I don't blame her. Because I'm
Oh my
sure
gosh.
she doesn't want to say, oh, yeah, as of lately, my daughter has possessed the strength of a man,
powerful man,
4
yeah.
times her size. Yeah.
Oh, was it one of like the trinkets?
Oh, yeah. I
in
can't
their
think.
house?
You might ask your daughter if she remember seeing Mr. Dennings in her room that night.
When she's better, I'll ask her.
Yeah, for my daughter, could you please give an autograph? I lied. It's for me. Well, you know that film you made, Angel?
He was pretty good at hiding the, like, fanboy side of him until just now.
Thank you.
Unless this is another kind of way to get
You're very nice.
her signature. I don't know.
Imagine finding out that your daughter killed your best friend.
We're just gonna cut away from that, man?
Chris McNeil.
Please go away.
I'm Father Karras.
How did Shrink ever get to be a priest? What if a person was a murderer or a criminal of some kind, wanted some kind of help? I mean, would you have to turn him in?
He came to me for spiritual advice. I'd say no.
How do you go about getting an exorcism? Somebody very close to me is probably possessed. Father Karras is my little girl.
And that's all the more reason to forget about exorcism.
She's tried everything, though.
Couldn't. I need church approval, and that's rarely given.
Do help her. Just help her.
This poor woman. This poor family.
I can't believe this woman is still brave enough to go into that room.
I know, honestly. I mean, like...
Wants no straps.
I'd be terrified to leave her alone, though, at the same time, you know? Because the demon is still physically hurting her body.
Yeah. But they've tied her to the bed now, so, like... Ooh.
Oh, she is not looking good.
I'm Damien Karras.
And I'm the devil.
Where's Reagan?
In here with us.
Us?
Can you help an old altar boy, Father?
Your mother's in here with us, Karras.
What?
Then you must know my mother's maiden name. What is it?
Ugh.
I can't do it. I need evidence that the church would accept. Like her speaking in a language she's never known or studied. What I think is best for your daughter. 6 months under observation in the best hospital you can find.
Oh, man.
Did you know my mother died recently?
Yes, I did.
Is Reagan aware of it?
Not at all. Why'd you ask?
It's not important.
Come on, bro.
He's in a tough position, too, though.
When the supper was ended, he took the cup. Again, he gave you thanks and praise.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
You'd like that?
Intensely.
Oh, did he just come back to try and help her in a different way? Okay. I'm glad he's at least trying.
You and us.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't just leave and never come back.
And he seems like, I guess he's dealt with some really severe patients, because he seems pretty calm.
Mm-hmm.
Do it again.
In time.
You speak Latin.
Ego te absolvo.
Holy water.
You keep it away.
It burns! Yeah, so it...
Who are you?
Sympathy.
Want a drink?
Please.
What do you drink?
Man, that's terrifying when the priest is looking like that.
I told Reagan that was holy water. I sprinkled it on her and she reacted very violently. It's tap water.
But then she also spoke Latin and
yeah, she
spoke
in tongues, bro.
She killed Burke Dennings.
What?
It's a language, all right. It's English. It's English in reverse. Listen.
Give us time! Let her die!
What?
Maron, hear the priest!
What?
Maron!
What does that mean?
I'll be right there.
The lighting.
Well, what's wrong? What is it?
Also, this nanny is like remarkably brave. Everyone who stayed in the house is like...
Absolutely. I would have quit so fast. What is that? Help me?
Does it just say help me?
You're convinced that it's genuine?
I don't know. A prudent judgment that it meets the conditions set down in the ritual.
Might be best to have a man of experience. See who's around. In the meantime, I'll call you as soon as I know.
I doubt there's any danger in just having him assist. There should be a psychiatrist present anyway. How about Lancaster Marin?
Marin?
That's the name! Okay, so this is the guy we saw in the beginning.
Okay, yes.
Besides, he's had experience.
I didn't know that.
The exorcism supposedly lasted months. I heard it damn near killed him.
Months?
So I'm sure he'll be jumping out of his seat to go do another one.
Oh, it's so interesting that they introduced him at the beginning and like...
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything about him until now.
So maybe all that stuff, the coin thingy, that's all irrelevant.
Statue.
It might just be stuff he's seen, man. The classic shot.
The fog.
I think I do feel slightly more at ease with the two priests here, though.
Yes. No, I agree.
Father Mary. It's an honor to meet you, Father. I believe we should begin. Do you want to hear the background of the case first, Father? Why?
That's true, I guess.
Need to avoid conversations with the demon. You will like to confuse us, mix lies with the truth, to attack us. So don't listen.
He's already had some conversations with the demon, though. Oh, it's so cold.
Our Father, who art in heaven. Men have risen up against me. Men of violence seek my life. In the face of the enemy. Let the enemy have no power. Holy Lord, Almighty Father, everlasting God, and Father of our Lord.
Oh, the bed.
To crush that roaring lion, hasten to our call for help. Your mighty hand has cast him out of your servant, Reagan.
Oh my gosh.
Amen. Oh Lord, hear my prayer. Khadijah.
The whole bed is floating? Bro, you gotta stay focused.
The response, please, take it. And let my cry come unto thee. To tramp underfoot serpents and scorpions. Servant, pardon for all my sins, and the power to confront this.
I hate that.
See the cross of the Lord. Begone, you hostile power.
Oh. Did it work?
Yeah, now what?
Yeah,
I mean, they said this could take months. Like the last time it took months. So is he just gonna keep?
Are you okay, bro?
It is he who commands you. He who flung you.
Oh my gosh! Be careful. Be careful.
Of the holy cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with a.
No! Stop it, please.
Amen. God, defender of the.
You killed your mother!
Your servant.
You left her alone to
Reagan
die!
to
Shut up! Never forgive you!
No, stop.
Don't talk.
No,
Disengage.
stop. Don't talk to it. Don't talk to it.
I command you by the judge of the living.
Oh, okay.
It's the power. Holy water.
Oh my gosh.
It's you. The power of Christ. Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Do not despise my command because you know me to be a sinner.
I was gonna
Never
say
turn
there's
your back.
no way.
God, the Holy Spirit commands you.
Oh my gosh! Are you okay?
Way to Christ, Prince of Murderers.
That's the statue.
You're tired. Let's rest before we start again.
That's insane. They just have to keep going.
Yeah.
Will you excuse me, Damien?
He's going in by himself. Oh. What?
Dimi, why you do this to me?
No.
Oh!
Please, Dimi. I'm afraid.
You're not my
That is so messed up. Don't talk to it.
What is it? Her heart.
What's wrong with it?
She's going to come.
It's a polycuras man.
You're not my mother!
Dimi, please.
No, don't listen.
Get out. Our Father, who art in heaven.
Is she gonna die?
No.
Is it gonna be like the detective or something? Yeah, it is. What?
Wait.
What? She killed him. What the heck?
I was completely quiet too. Like,
no, not the giggling. Oh, no. No. Stop.
Take me. Come into me.
What?
On the step here.
Do you want to make a confession? You're to himself more because becomes to.
How does that work, though? If he dies, can it just go back to Reagan?
I don't think so. I think you need to, like, invite it. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem like it.
So then where did it go? Where'd the
It
demon
might have
go?
just gone back to hell.
That's everything.
Wow, I do not blame them one bit for getting out.
I found this in her room.
Reagan, come on, honey, we have to get going. She doesn't remember any of it.
That's good.
I was gonna say,
That
that's
is
probably
really
for the best.
good.
All done.
Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye.
I think it's because she like vaguely remembers the
Vaguely.
priest saving her.
Yeah.
Father Dyer? I thought you'd like to keep this.
Wow.
Well, that was The Exorcist, you guys.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. Okay. Like all the normal things I would talk about after a movie. Did you like it? Feel not relevant. Yeah.
It was interesting because it wasn't that scary. Yeah, I feel like it was more disturbing, more unsettling, more like you come away from it feeling a little worse
Sad.
about things.
Yeah, just a little more depressed. There was a lot I liked, but there was a lot
for sure
that I didn't get. That I think. Do you ever watch a movie and things are left very vague, and you find yourself just kind of assuming that it must be really smart? It must be some really smart thing you don't understand. That's how I felt about a lot of this. That I was like, I'm sure there is so much symbolism. I'm sure there's a lot. I'm sure that people have dissected this to no end. I felt the same way about The Shining when I watched that. And I watched that a while ago. But I remember leaving that feeling like, I'm sure there was a lot more to that movie. But I
don't get it.
It didn't. And to me, it kind of makes you wonder, like, who is this for? I don't know. It's interesting. This felt a lot more experimental than I was expecting. And it's kind of crazy to imagine.
Because it's like such a classic.
Yeah. That this was released in theaters.
Yeah.
I've never seen a movie like that.
What were those people
I can say that, like,
going in expecting? Because...
Yeah. How did they advertise this? Like, who... I don't even know. Maybe this is on me too. I don't know the name of the director either. I don't know anything about the making of this movie, really. Yeah. I just feel like I need a hot cocoa and a nap.
I feel like I need to go watch a Disney movie now or something.
Yeah, or go sit in some sunlight or something. I think this doesn't feel... Here's the problem. This feels like the kind of movie you write a paper about. Not the kind of movie you, like, have a conversation with each other about on YouTube. So I'm, like, struggling to find things to say. There was a lot that I liked. There was a lot that I didn't like. And there were a lot of moments that actually surprisingly pulled me out of it. And I think pulled me out of the immersion. Which was strange. But yeah, it's just, I don't know that I'll ever watch it again, actually, unless I were to write a paper or something about it. But I don't know that because it's just there are certain moments that are too real, I think, without being like, it's not crazy gruesome or crazy, like, visually disturbing. I mean, at least not compared to the kinds of things they're doing in movies today. Like, they're doing much worse things. But the idea of it was disturbing. And I think I can imagine this also being a very disturbing movie from a religious perspective, because it was the religious overtones or undertones were not what you usually get with movies like this.
Especially, like, the fact that in the end, it, like, the exorcism didn't really work. Like, he had to ask the demon to take him instead, and then, like, both priests were dead. Like,
and you wonder, it makes you wonder, like, so, okay, we keep seeing this image of this ghostly face, right? Which I guess we're meant to believe maybe that is the devil himself. Maybe that's horrifying imagery. Like, we're not really ever given a straightforward explanation as to what are the tactics that the devil is using and what does it want. Because it wasn't trying to kill Regan. It could have. Like, you get the sense that if it wanted her dead, it could have. But I guess if the host dies, then it's just returns, back to hell. So
yeah, I don't...
Did it just want as many people to die and commit acts of violence as possible? Because if so, then it kind of succeeded. Like, it almost felt like this was not about Regan at all. It felt like this was like some elaborate plan to attack Father Karras and what really hurt him, and
and Father Mirren, like,
and that, but
he was saying his name backwards.
Specifics about that, right? We never really learned, like, who was he? You know what I mean? He seems like he's been through a lot, but we never got those specifics. But I think also to see, like, Father, what was his name? Merrin? Father Merrin never, it doesn't seem like he really messed up. It seems like Father Karras was the one who kind of threw things askew. And in the end, like, what the demon has been wanting the entire time, like, with those really crude words, you know, that he's, like, telling people to commit really awful acts. Father Karras was the only one who did. Like, he punched her. He hit her.
Yeah.
So in the end, it doesn't feel like a victory, because it feels like all this cruelty still occurred, you know? And also, and if we're talking about, like, Catholic religion, like, a suicide is not a holy death. You can't pass on to heaven, you know? So it was weird, because it seemed like his, the other priest was trying to give him some form of a confession.
Yeah.
To maybe protect him from that, which he was only able to grab his hand, so we don't really know if that worked. It just leaves a really ugly taste in your mouth. And that's, you know, that's not a criticism, nor would I say it's a compliment.
Like,
I'm sure it was effective. I'm sure there were things that I was meant to feel that I felt. But
yeah, it's definitely one of those movies that they wouldn't make this today, or if they did, it'd be from, like, this really obscure, like, tiny little indie company.
Yeah, or if they did, it would just be so different, because I couldn't imagine this movie being made today without music and over-the-top gore, and it's not to say that we don't, like, there were some taboo images and subjects in here that we have revisited in modern horror movies. I don't know. It was so quiet. I think that's what I was thinking the whole time. It was so quiet. And we don't really make quiet movies anymore, especially horror movies.
Yes,
horror movies are big and they're loud. And something about it being quiet, just everything felt wrong.
I think, like, it also took so long to get to the main plot, which I think it's, like, you know, it's on purpose, but I feel like a modern audience would be too impatient for that. I found myself, you know, I am a modern audience. I was kind of like, I know this is the point, but, like...
Yeah. Well, I think it's also worse, too, because this is maybe, you know, it's almost impossible to go into this movie blind, right?
Yeah. It's just so saturated in pop culture.
It's so everywhere. And so I think the other problem with that really long opening is we're sitting here, we know where it's going. And it's that feeling of, like, I already know. I know where this is headed. I don't want to watch the entire painstaking process of getting there. So I can't really, like, complain. I can't say, oh, it was such a long, drawn-out opening, because I'm sure that played a part. Like, my expectations played a part in how I experienced that. But you're right. Like, we don't do that much anymore.
No, not at all. And, like, the fact that we, like, watched the entire exorcism, that was pretty insane. Like, I feel like a modern movie, the exorcisms are, like, 2 minutes, real quick. Like,
well, because a modern movie would take its sweet time with the possession. This movie didn't do that. This movie gave us, like, snippets of her progress. I don't want to call it that, but, like, it gave us, like, you know, windows into this the process of the possession. But it was fast. Like, that happened in the span of maybe, like, 15-20 minutes. And I think a modern movie would show you, like, really want to draw that out and make you feel all that pain and all that, like, whatever gory visuals you want to show. But this was about the Exorcist. This wasn't about the girl at all. You know, she didn't even remember it. It wasn't torturing her. Or maybe, I don't know. It's strange. Yeah. So, I think with that out of the way, we're maybe on to happier, I don't want to say happier horror movies, but horror movies with maybe slightly less disturbing.
Yeah. Ones that don't stick with you after you turn it off.
Of course, you guys are welcome to put anything you know about this movie or think about this movie, opinions or fun facts, which I'm sure are not that fun, actually, down in the comments below. But yeah, as always, the full-length reaction will be up on our Patreon, along with early access to next week's, hopefully, less depressing horror movie. So please go check this out. Thank you all so much for being here and joining us and watching. And if you're new, please consider sticking around and subscribing, because we'd love to have you. And if you do decide to stick around, we will see you all in the next reaction.